The human life cycle of conception, birth, growth, death, and return. 1. The origin of life. Romance. Life is the fruit of romance. It is the organic fusion of the molecules of the yin-yang gaseous mass. These molecules entrust human ancestors to pass them on in the intangible form of the soul and the tangible form of the body. This is an integration of yin and yang. The internal and external expressions of the human body are both molecular organisms composed of derivatives of the yin-yang molecules. The soul is characterized by great compassion, great love, and great virtue. It is the expression of yin. The physical part is composed of magnetic lines, with a unique magnetic field of cosmic substances and complete electromagnetic properties. It is the expression of yang. Yin-yang in Taiji and positive-negative in electromagnetism appear to be completely irrelevant to one another, yet they bear the same nature at their core. Loving kindness and magnetic field have different written forms, but share a common phenome in the Chinese language. In fact, from the perspective of the vast universe, these two things are the same, with the same meaning and nature, and only a long-standing preconceived notion prevents humans from understanding them correctly. In spite of their two different names, they both have a constructive nature, seeking to help all things and beings to achieve their best. It is difficult for humans today to turn their backs on their own stubborn thinking, but this does not mean that this is not the truth of the universe. In the near future, science will prove this theory correct. At present, it can only be said that these two names are academic definitions of the same thing, in two different disciplines, as per human perception. One is the definition of compassion and loving kindness in theology, and the other is the magnetic field and electromagnetism in science. Compassion or loving kindness is spiritual, yin, embodying the best properties of human nature. Love, warmth, brightness, and happiness. It is intangible, but capable of transforming itself into tangible substances in movement and driving tremendous changes in human society. The wide promotion and effective popularization of loving kindness in human society will make the world happier and more beautiful by the minute. The magnetic field or electromagnetism is physical, yang. It brings light, warmth, and energy to all things and beings. It is tangible. When its efficacy reaches a certain saturation point, its nature will change. It will transform itself from a tangible substance to an enormous intangible substance, the energy of which drives the earth-shaking changes in the natural world and the transformation of the spiritual force of everything into tangible substances. Humans come from the universe. We are the living molecules of the yin-yang gaseous mass. Both our souls and bodies are its faithful derivatives. Each part of us, body and soul, inside and outside, is characterized by the life attributes of the yin-yang gaseous mass: compassion, loving kindness, and virtue. We live and grow in this warm and loving atmosphere from the day we are conceived. Although our lives are the fruits of romance, we can only grow up in loving kindness. We are constantly enveloped by love, from our mother's womb to birth, from adulthood to old age, and from sickness to death. Even at the moment when our souls leave the human world to ascend to heaven, we are accompanied by prayers of love. 2. Birth. Attentive care. Every human life starts in the mother's warm womb. as an embryo that grows day by day in the attentive love and care of its parents. 10 months later, the embryo matures and a crying baby is born with the good wishes of the parents and family. To the baby, everything around is unknown except its parents' love and care delivered in every possible way. With its slightly frightened heart, soothed by smiling faces and loving embraces, the baby happily falls asleep. The sun rises and sets again and again, and the baby grows up little by little. From a newborn to a 1-year-old toddler, from a crying baby to a babbling toddler, from lovable crawling to unsteady tottering, each step of growth is taken under the care, love, and smiling faces of the parents and family. The parents and family nurture the newborn with their selfless love and take care of it in every possible way. They show the newborn their deepest compassion, noblest kindness, and greatest virtue. They place their beautiful hopes in the newborn. They wish for their child a long, happy life. They hope to pass on their love to every successive generation and have their blood lineage extend ever after. 3. Growth, self-love. When a newborn is first ushered into the world, its heart is pure and innocent, beautiful and elegant, a mass of total kindness. Every day in human society, the child hears, sees, experiences, and feels everything that happens around him. Bit by bit, the elegance of kindness in his young heart becomes mundane and diluted. Everything that happens in the world, joy and sorrow, justice and injustice, goodness and evil, selfishness, intrigue, and fraud, affects the child's pure heart. His inner peace and elegance are slowly polluted by the vulgarity and darkness of the human world. After the baby experiences his first 30 days of adaptation to the world, his young heart will be somewhat surrounded by mundane affairs, and he will deeply realize that he has left the safe, warm haven of his mother's body and must face the strange world by himself. At this moment, he slowly forms the concept of survival of the fittest, a unique property of human nature. He realizes that this is a new world, a new living environment, and that he must adapt to it quickly in order to grow up and become strong. Only then will his life be valuable, and only in this way can he fulfill the purpose of his life. With this consciousness, the sense of strong self-love grows and takes root in his young heart. After that, he tries his best to adapt to all the changes of the world. He only eats and sleeps, unable to speak or take care of himself. But his mind is awake and sensitive. Everything that happens around him, especially what his parents do in bursts of emotion, is deeply impressed on his mind and affects his disposition. Every word, every behavior, and every move that his parents and family make have a great effect on him. His parents are his first teachers, the first people he learns from and imitates, and his first guides in understanding the world and life. When a baby is 100 days old, his growth enters the second stage. After he adapts to infant life, he gradually becomes more self-loving and selfish. He holds what he owns firmly in his hand for fear of losing it or having it taken away. He becomes materialistic, unwilling to give up what he likes or share with others. His self-love grows more intense. It is a natural instinct and an inherent attribute of life. There is only one way to change this attribute, and that is to let him see with his own eyes how many more other choices he has. or else compulsory means can be implemented against his will to achieve the same purpose. As the child grows up day by day, his vision of life becomes broader. He learns a great deal about life from what adults say and do. In particular, his parents' patient advice and exemplary behavior have the most significant influence on his growth. He slowly learns to share. When he learns that temporary yielding may herald a better choice in the future, he will abandon what he used to treasure without hesitation. Regardless of his choice, his self-love will only grow stronger and more intense every day. This is the inevitable choice of life. Only when we love ourselves can we know what to own. Only after we own what we need can the material requirements for growth of our lives be met. Materials are the most important things for human survival. Only when we have healthy bodies can we possibly achieve spiritual happiness, and then advance to the higher level of mutual love. This is the plainest law of life, and the path of life established by the God of the cosmic Yin-Yun energy for all beings and things in the world. 4. Maturity. Mutual love. When babies grow up, passing through childhood and adolescence to the mature age of 18, the helpless infants of the past will turn into either handsome, strong young men or beautiful, graceful ladies. They have matured both physically and mentally. They have heard of various people and things, experienced prosperity and hardships, learned the ways of the world, and tasted the difficulty of existence and the sadness of life. As they grow up and mature with each passing day, their social circles expand, and their affection for family and friends intensifies. Their self-love is slowly transformed into mutual love with people. They love their parents, brothers, sisters, fellow students, teachers, friends, and lovers. They are capable of self-love as well as mutual love. They know that to give and to get are equally important. Generous giving will reap hearty getting. Give love and you can get friendship. The magnitude of the love you give is the measure of your life's value. They readily give their love to get the love of their family, friends, and lovers. Not only do they give love in the narrow sense, but they also give love to society, the people, the country, and mankind when they think about it in the broader sense. They pass the positive energy of mutual love to everyone and everything in their lives, and to every corner of society. They deeply understand the value and significance of mutual love. They know that human society is a chain of mutual love, stretching from ancient to modern times, and that love is the indispensable foundation of life and everything else in the world. This is because all beings and things of the world are derived from the life molecules of the cosmic yin-yun gaseous mass, and humans are the major representatives. Humans are the angelic followers of the God of the cosmic yin-yun energy, incarnations of compassion, carriers of kindness, and tokens of virtue. Mutual love is the mission of human life and the duty of all beings and things in the universe. Life is born from love and ends for love. Love creates great life, and life contributes honorable love. This is the truth of the universe. 5. The duties of life. Universal love. When a human life has passed through the stages of attentive care, self-love, and mutual love, it comes to middle age. At this time, humans part with a single life, enter marriage, and begin to shoulder the duties of the family. Soon, children are born, and they become parents themselves. A middle-aged man is the interlayer between elderly parents and young children. At home, he must do tedious housework, follow the children's studies, and look after the elders. Outside, he is busy with work. Family, friends, colleagues, and others all require his sincere heart and passion. The intense love in his heart will be transformed into universal love and sent out in every direction. The seeds of friendship wait for his affectionate irrigation. The loving care he receives is calling for his hearty return. He has to give out lots of love, but he is rewarded with sweet love as well. He receives love from all aspects of life, profound, affectionate, and selfless love. His heart turns into a spring garden full of beautiful flowers, bathed in fascinating scenery and intoxicating fragrances. In a sea of love, he truly feels the beauty of life and is proud to live in this world. With universal love, life completes the cycle of birth, survival, and passing on, as well as the great mission given by the God of the Yin-Yun energy. 6. The mission of life. Devotion. When life comes to old age, it enters the stage of knowing. Humans at this stage have gone through the majority of their lives. They have peaking careers, matured families, self-supporting children, sufficient material wealth, a stable life, rich experience, and profound and well-applied knowledge of life. At this stage, they have reaped material wealth from their careers and such spiritual wealth as knowledge, skills, and culture. More importantly, they have living carriers of their own blood and family traditions. These carriers will pass on their blood and spirit to many more generations and to the whole world. When their lives are heading to the end, they harbor a deep nostalgia for every road they have taken, every family member, every friend, every colleague, and everyone they know and have known. Quietly, they send their sincerest love and best wishes to their beloved ones. They leave a lifetime's wealth to their children and society. They selflessly impart to their descendants and the whole of society their most valuable knowledge, skills, experience, and lessons, which constitute the most precious heritage of human civilization. They use their own actions to prove that their love is not narrow, but exists for everyone and everything, and such love is the noblest contribution given by each person as they are about to leave the human world. At the end of their lives, they devote everything they have to the world. Life begins in love and ends with giving love. This is the life principle of the cosmic Yin-Yun gaseous mass and the common guiding agreement of all beings and things in the universe. Everyone serves me, and I serve everyone. Everyone serves everything, and everything serves everyone. Everything is created for me and employed by me, and I am employed by everything. I love everything, and everything loves me. This is the angel chain of cosmic life and the life chain of humans and all beings. 7. Death. Grief. When a life comes to its end and a soul is about to leave the world, both the dying man and his family have mixed feelings. Their minds are filled with many thoughts and emotions. Both are experiencing the utmost pain and grief. Their hearts are broken, and tears pour from their eyes. Death foreshadows the permanent separation of loved ones, bringing with it deep grief, slight resentment, intense longing, and great pity for the departure. Death is the irrevocable end of life. It is the law of life and the truth of the world. Living people will always remember their deceased family members. Although the memory is sad and heavy and accompanied by stinging pain, they will always mourn their departed loved ones and recall the past in their hearts. They will return the care, devotion, and sacrifice of their departed loved ones with their deepest love. This is how life continues, generation after generation, and how love is carried unceasingly to every home and every corner of the world. 8. Return of soul. Judgment. When a man dies, all his organs stop working, and his life in the human world ends. At this moment, he has completed a cycle of life. A lifetime comes to its end, and his solid form of life on earth ceases. His form of yin, the soul, will detach from the 7 orifices of the physical body and return to the second realm of the universe, where it roams in 4 to 6 dimensional space, waiting for the judgment of the god of the yin-yun energy, and to be assigned a new mission. During this long waiting period, his immortal form is pure yin and badly in need of the nurturing and comfort of the yang energy of the human world. His inner soul is quite imbalanced. He misses his home, family, and friends. He worries about his descendants in his past life. His soul is lonely and sad. He is badly in need of the nurturing of the yang energy, longing to achieve the spiritual balance of his immortal form. His descendants in the human world also desire the blessings of his soul, so that their own spiritual balance can be maintained. This is a two-way, win-win request. The departed blesses his descendants with his soul and wishes them long and happy lives. The descendants remember the departed with love and respect so that his soul won't be lonely or sad, but maintain the balance of yin and yang. When human souls return to the yin-yun gaseous mass, each of them is fairly judged and a final verdict made by the god of the yin-yun energy, some praised, some condemned, some rewarded, and some punished. Merits and demerits, rewards and punishments, are all the results of one's own deeds. Do well and have well, and vice versa. We have to believe there is a witness everywhere. After that, a human soul will begin a new life cycle. The final verdict will determine the path of reincarnation, as well as the species, ranking, and solid form of their new life on the earth.